The name of this video is how to order straight table pleating, and in this video I'm going to go over what you need to know to fill out the table pleating order checklist. Um, if you are watching this video and you did not come to this page on our website called How to Order Custom Pleated Fabric, I recommend that you do so. This page goes over the entire process of how to order the pleating, and also you will be able to go in and click on these pages and have these galleries where you can look at more inspiration for what you're actually trying to order. All right, so this particular order form that we are going to fill out, the table pleating one, goes over accordion, straight box, and straight side. Okay, these are the most common table pleating order forms. These order forms will get expanded. So if you click on the link and it looks a little bit different, there's more options. Don't be concerned. That is basically us adding more and more styles. So first, fill out your information on the top. And if you have a UPS account that you want us to ship back to, then please put that in there so we can bill your UPS account or FedEx account. So the first thing is you need to decide what style of pleating you want, and you can circle them accordingly. Now, the size of the pleat is very important. If you are choosing a pleat that is smaller than 1/2 inch, then you will need to fill out our machine pleating order form, and that is this one over here. There is another video that will be made for this, so I won't get into this order form, but the important thing for you to know is that for the table pleating is done in a mold, and it is anything that is larger than approximately 1/2 inch. If you are unsure, then it means that you really should read our webpage to get familiar with what it is that you want. So this page will tell you everything about determining the first step, which is here, selecting your style. You must know exactly what kind of pleating. So back to this guy. So determining the pleat size, you would write here the pleat size that you want. If you're not sure, then just give us some approximate specs and we will get back to you on that. The other thing is understanding the pleat panel dimensions. Okay, so does the length of your pleating need to be longer than 48 inches? That's what length of pleating is. So as you can see, this is the pleating, this is a mold. So the approximate dimensions of most molds for us are 4 yards long, that's this direction, and 48 inches. We do have other molds that are longer, 60 inches and 72 inches, and even longer than that for other types of applications like curtains. But this is where you would write down that information. Step 4 is all about your fabric. Did you get your fabric yet? Do you need help with your fabric? Is it the right fabric for the job? And if you are not sending us your fabric directly, please tell us what vendor or what messenger company or what shipping company is actually going to bring us your fabric so we can keep an eye on it. The more descriptive it is, the better it is for us to know. Fabric color, what's the weave, is it chiffon, taffeta, organza, etc. What's the content, the width, and fabric width, and the yardage sent. All right, so just a couple things to know, that sometimes you might select a pleating size and the fabric is too thick for that size. In such a situation, we'll contact you and let you know. Make sure that you mark the proper side of the face of the fabric so that we know what you consider to be the face. If you do not mark it and we go with what is the industry standard consideration for your face, then we will not be responsible for pleating it on the wrong face. That usually happens when there is a fabric which has a distinct shiny side and a matte side, and sometimes people want to use the matte side or the shiny side and they don't let us know. And also, we will not consider your order complete until we get the fabric with an order form with all of the data so that we can proceed with the order, and then we will assign a delivery date for your order. All right, this section is about hemming, whether or not you want to hem, and whether you're doing the hem or we're doing the hem. So this is straight pleating. Unlike sunburst pleating, it is totally fine to pleat this beforehand. We recommend it. It's a lot less work for you or your seamstress to get it hemmed beforehand rather than trying to hem it after your garment is done. Especially if it is a tiny pleat. If it's a large pleat, like a 2-inch side pleat, then it's fine. You can hem it afterwards. Also, direction of pleat. Okay, so this is an important question. If you don't understand this, then you might want to consider hiring us for product development. But this is perpendicular to the selvage. The selvage is the edge of your fabric, okay, indicated over here by a dashed line. So do you want your pleats like this? Do you want your pleats that are parallel to the selvage, or do you want them to be bias? They each have their unique advantages and disadvantages. They're each used in specific situations that depend on the style of your garment and the characteristics of your fabric and the length that you want. So it's not one easy formula. Normally, when you buy pre-made fabric in a fabric store, normally it's done on a machine, and normally it's done in this manner. When you buy an expensive garment, normally it's done in this manner. And when you use bias is done when you want to do a lot of contouring on the body, on the bodice. It consumes a lot more fabric than these other two methods and is usually reserved for very couture garments. If you want more information about this, then I would recommend purchasing our book on our website, or you can get it on Amazon as well. It's $34.99, and it goes over all of these details. All right, so if you are sending us panels and you are joining them together, we do not recommend that you join more than 2 panels together. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is 3 panels, 1, 2, 3, that have been joined together with 2 seams. And when this fabric is placed in a mold, we could position it where we're hiding one of the seams, but where the second seam shows up might not be exactly on the hidden. So as you can see here, we positioned it right on that crease, and then the second one is not necessarily on a crease. So to get these to match requires a lot of effort, and it's often not really worth it. It's better to just pleat them separately and then join them after pleating, especially considering that most of the time fabric grains and cross grains are always not 100% straight, so it's better for you to true it up afterwards. This is something that would not be possible to be done on a machine, so if you had your panels seamed, then we can't even hide one of them if it's machine pleating. Where it would go would be totally random. All right. So that is there about your panels and prepping fabrics. If you want us to do it, let us know what your project dimensions are or your garment, and we will figure out the best dimensions for your situation. And if you want to hire us for our product development services, we will give you a 15-minute free product development conversation where we would actually go over all of these points. Most of the time, all these points can be figured out during the conversation, and there is no charge for it. But if your project is very intense and requires a lot of our assistance, then you can hire us, and our cost for that is $125 an hour, and we'll make sure that everything that you need to do for your garment will go as smoothly as possible. And if you need us to coordinate with seamstresses or sample rooms, then we'd be more than happy to do that as well. So the last page of the checklist has to do with the ordering terms, and potential problems that can occur based on various variables. So it's good for you to read this as well so that you know you're not surprised if there's an issue with your order or why it was delayed or why it can't be done. Please sign and date it so that we know that you read it. And there will be another video which will actually go over all of the terms and conditions here in a separate video. I won't discuss it in this particular video. Thank you very much, and that's it.